Hey, poets. So, I came up with an idea a while back, and I'm finally doing something about it. I have found a couple old journals where I used to write some, old poetry. Keep in mind, very angsty, very dramatic, and dark poetry. And I decided that I would do readings of them and then kind of um, poke fun at the angst, yet still honor it in some way from years ago. Because as a poet, I think it's important for us to look back at where we used to be as writers in order to see how far we've come, how far we've grown. Because while we may look back at our old work and make fun of it and think of it as being silly, I mean, it's still part of who we are, and I think it's still as significant, despite how juvenile it may be, right? So, um, the first, I found this old journal. This was one of my favorite journals. I remember the day I bought it. I was with my friend Sarah Rao. I love her dearly at Barnes and Noble, and her and I both bought journals, and we started journaling, and this kind of turned into me writing poems, drawing things, like a hodgepodge of a bunch of different things. I'm just gonna um, talk about the poems because there's other things in here that I don't plan on reading because it's extremely personal. But um, so the first poem that I wrote is called Wedding Day, and I wrote it on May 9th, 2009. This isn't the first poem I've ever written. This is the first poem I've written in this journal. And it is a poem inspired by a wedding that I went to, where a friend got married. So here it goes. Wedding Day. Hearing the soft keys of the piano resonating across joy-filled hearts, reflecting on the love of two great friends on their journey's marvelous start. Feeling a hope that one day I'll find love, assured by the smile on each of their faces, knowing that one day I'll stand there, and I spelled the wrong there. No matter how my sexuality displaces, applause rings out, the bride and groom departs. Slowly I follow behind with hopeful joy in my heart. It was interesting. An oddly uplifting poem, considering most of my old stuff is like not uplifting, but yeah. It was a time where I was very lonely and I wanted to be loved very much. And when I first came out, I really wasn't that, I don't know, gay men weren't really drawn to me. And I just pined for something, pined for what I have now. So, dear past me, you found it. Congratulations. Anyway, if you are a poet, I encourage and challenge you to also look at your old work and perform it. Give it the power that it once had. All right.